C Morning Show. Now it is time for our first talk show of the day. Today we're diving into the world of creativity, collaboration, and community right here in Jakarta. I have a question for you, Sarah.
Oh, I love questions. I love questions.
No pressure. So,
And the laugh.
I know you live in the heart of South Jakarta as well. Any place that hits your radar that you haven't visited, you know?
Oh,
in the
so many,
Block
Ralphie.
M Melawai area?
So many areas, Ralphie. Please do enlighten me because as a mother, all I know is playgrounds, play parks, and daycares nowadays.
So there's a place called Row 9 at Block M.
Oh, I've heard about this place.
Yes.
I haven't visited. Please do tell me more.
So they have food tenants, they have coffees, and at the highest floor, I think it's the 5th floor, they have this place. It's described as a unique open modular space called Krapela.
Wow, that is very interesting. And the name itself, Krapela, is very interesting. So, therefore, today on the See You Morning Show, the space that has been making waves, as Ralphie has mentioned before, especially a hub for creative minds and diverse subcultures, is here today.
Yes.
The mastermind behind it, Jan. Good morning.
Good
Welcome
morning.
Good morning, guys.
here on the See You Morning Show.
Morning.
So, yes, Ralphie mentioned there is this wonderful place, great place called Krapela in Block M. Do enlighten me and also the viewers. What is actually Krapela?
So Krapela is actually, if you really dig in, like, it's actually the location is in Krapela. So it's just abbreviation of Krapela, so we just like call it Krapela.
Okay.
It is like, it's catchy and like it kind of rings a bell and like a lot of people like kind of guess it right. So it's like, it's Krapela, it's like Krapela.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Krampel from Krampel to Krapela.
Yeah, very
Yeah,
catchy.
so it's actually like a kind of hybrid event space, like open modular, because we just don't serve like music, but like a lot of different subcultures and like a lot of different art forms too. So,
Yeah, I feel like you guys have events every single night. There's a lot of them.
yeah, we do like have events like from almost like every night, from mostly from Wednesday to Sunday, and sometimes from Tuesday.
Yeah, and the events is diverse as well. It's not only music. During the Ramadan last year, you guys had a talent show.
Talent show, that's true.
I remember. So
Correct.
there's a lot of, the possibilities are endless.
Yes, but exactly what inspired you first? Because you mentioned before, there are music, there are so many things going on. How did you first come up with Krapela, you and your friends?
So, well, I was asked by my friends, you know, before, because I used to work in the agency, like in the creative agency. So, but then like I have like involved in the music industry for quite some time. I perform music and then I go to shows, I connect with people. So Krapela is like the extension of my sort of like my world, if you may say. So it's like actually an organic journey that me and my friends kind of go into making Krapela. So it's like sort of like, okay, what kind of creative minds that you want to bring to Krapela? Let's just like kind of bring it all together.
Mash it up all
So it's kind of
together.
mash up of
Yeah.
all the different kind of influences that I have, like my friends that I have. So yeah, Krapela is like the
melting pot
The
of
melting
creative
pot,
minds.
With a melting pot of creative minds.
Yes,
Wow.
exactly. We talked about open modular space, but Sarah and I actually,
We were questioning. We both hear this a lot. Open modular space, but
what is it actually?
yes, what is it? What is the meaning of it actually?
So open modular is like the way we kind of frame Krapela is like we kind of open and like we invite the collaborators to sort of just like kind of bring their creative minds into the place and we could collaborate, you know, in Krapela. Because like I would picture it as a blank canvas, so everyone could bring their own kind of energy and like frequencies and whatnot to Krapela. So I feel like it's kind of open modular in a sense because everyone has their own have their own plate. So it's like sort of like we feel like this place could be anything, you know, with endless possibilities. So I feel like in a sense that like we're very, very open to like collaborate and like doing anything, you know, out of the ordinary, of course.
And when was first Krapela open for the public itself?
We first opened our door, I think, back in 2023, November.
November
Yeah.
2023.
Yeah.
And what differentiates Krapela from other event spaces that we can find here, especially in Jakarta?
Yeah, so we feel like Krapela is like not just like serving music, but we have like also like theater, we have also talent shows, and a lot of the shows we feel like have a strong angle to it, whether it's like a showcase or like a first single or a celebration of like a certain moments in music. So we feel like there's a lot of great like momentum in like Krapela. So that's I feel like that's a good angle and like a unique one.
Yes, and you told us the possibilities are endless, right? That means creativity and freedom is one of the key points of Krapela as well. So actually, how do you foster the creativity and freedom for the communities? Is it open for any communities to collaborate? I mean, how's that work?
So actually, like we've kind of received a lot of like proposals and whatnot, and also sort of like we expand our network too. So I feel like it's always been like the first step is just like kind of talk and like kind of discuss what kind of like form of arts that you want to pursue in Krapela with sort of like a performance, and I feel like I find it like a joyful to like sort of like talk with them and like kind of elaborate or like expand their arts. I feel like it's always been like a good and like magical moments in Krapela because we feel like it's like a unique collaboration between the venue and the performers. Yeah.
Okay,
Quite fun.
Yes, and then I'm also very interested because you mentioned that you started from a creative agency here in Jakarta. That means you have seen or witnessed over the years, the growth of the creative scene. How do you see Jakarta's creative scene nowadays, and how has it differed over the years?
Well, I feel like there's a lot of like great places like all across Jakarta. Like if we talk about Jaksel or like South Jakarta, there's a lot of like great places that have their own kind of vibe to it. So we feel like, especially in Block M, we feel like there's a resurgence going on because there's like a lot of places popping out out of that region. So I feel like
there are a lot of neighborhoods as well, agencies as well.
Yeah. Because I feel like Block M is also known for its musical legacies, from Bulungan, and then now we have like, M Block, and then we have like the
Mahakam as well.
Mahakam,
Yes.
and then like a lot of different communities just going in.
Very nice.
And collaborations.
Collaborations, it
Yes.
is.
Tell us, which collaboration can you that is truly memorable for you or probably stood out among the others?
As when you guys mentioned the talent show, of course, back in Ramadan. So we've worked with Resa Cantika, and then we had like a talent show because in Ramadan we couldn't do much with the music. So we tried to think other ways or other angle to sort of like just to have the community also like just gathering, but also in a different form. So I feel like I think that's one of the most fun collaborative efforts that we've done. Yeah.
I remember that. I went there a couple of times.
Yeah,
It was just amazing.
I remember seeing it on social media. I remember the talent show. Oh, so it was in Krapela.
Yeah.
Tell us about your experience going there.
My experience there. So my friend owns a food stall just
Below
below the Krapela. So I've been to Krapela numerous times. Saw John there numerous times as well. So I was kind of surprised. Who's coming to see today for Krapela? Turns out it's the man himself.
Yes.
So are there any challenges, John, in maintaining space like Krapela while staying true to its mission? Sometimes that could be a challenge.
Yeah,
right?
I feel like the challenge could be like, there's like no matter how far like you want to stretch like the creativity, there's always like kind of limitation.
Yes.
So I feel like Krapela also work within its limitation. So I feel like there's always something that you can try or kind of like, a crack within the limitation. So I feel like it's a blessing in disguise, because I feel like sometimes if we work within the limitation, it's good, because like how to kind of come up with the solution and all that. And of course, like being in Krapela, I feel like operational and logistic wise sometimes could be like a really challenge over time. But I think it's a good learning curve for me and all the team over the years. So yeah, especially in 2025, we feel like we could improve so much more.
Yeah, I mean, with a lot of events, there's a lot of logistical needs as well. You change up the layout
Yeah.
probably a couple of times every week,
Yep.
right? So that could be a hassle as well.
Yep.
But I've seen the different layouts of Krapela. I'm even amazed myself. It could turn into a theater. Sal was that. And last night you had an event. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, we had an event. Teddy Aditya played last night, so he's gonna be having like some sort of a residency in Krapela. So he'll be having like 2 more shows in Krapela. So it's actually like a collaborative shows too. Like he will collaborate with different musicians each night. And then last night was R&B night, and then there'll be like other kind of different genre every night. So yeah.
And how does, as you mentioned before, for music itself, there are different genres going on each and every night. But how does music itself intersect with other events and activities at Krapela? Because it's a mashup of creative minds.
Yeah, because I feel like just music alone, it feels like sort of like isolated. But I feel like music has the power to kind of connect with other art forms. So I feel like it's way bigger than music itself. So like theater, and then like maybe like other activations or maybe other engagement that is connected with music. And then I feel like it's a good melting pot because we have everything. Like on one night we have like a really kind of scary music, I would say, like death metal. And then the other night we have like koplo, and then the other night we have like a more brighter R&B and like pop. So I feel like in Krapela we kind of celebrate the diversity and like the difference. So it's good to have like a different communities just coming to Krapela.
Oh, that's just nice to hear.
Yes.
You know, one night there's punk rock, death metal. The next night,
We can go koploing together. Yes.
maybe talent shows. You know, just amazing. How do you see Jakarta's creative and underground scenes evolving? And in what role can Krapela play in that evolution?
Yeah, I've seen like a lot of like just immense like growth, because I feel like there's a macro places and there's like micro places. So we feel like everyone contribute in their own way.
Yes.
And I feel like Krapela could also contribute in its own unique way, just sort of like being the medium for like a different community. And we kind of push, also we push the community and like the collaborators to do something more than just the music. So we feel like it's a good kind of push to each other, you know, in a way.
Oh, okay. With everything going on, it's very, very interesting, and probably a great place, probably since the long weekend is coming up as well, to find out something to do, probably as the beginning of the new year. How can people know more about Krapela, especially the events, as Rafi mentioned before? There is almost everything going on each and every night.
Yeah, so basically you can find us in at krapela.life. It's on Instagram, and then we have a website too, where you can buy tickets and check the schedule. It's on www.krapela.life. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
So what's the next event? What's the closest one?
The closest one, so today is gonna be like an event. It's actually like a comedy show.
Oh, see?
Yeah.
What time?
It's around 9 p.m. With Revo and Fauna.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's like a keyboardist. Also, he's like a very talented guy. So he's gonna be like performing this skit, you know, this comedy skit. So I would say it's like a musical comedy.
Yeah.
So it's interesting one. So I feel like in Krapela we can have like a lot of different kind of, you know, vibes.
Yeah, each and every night, different vibe.
Absolutely.
Different vibe, different layout, just...
Something new, something fresh every single day.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, then. Thank you very much, John, for being here on this Thursday morning.
Yes.
I was talking to John earlier. It's been a while. I haven't woken up this early in a while. So we appreciate it very much. Thank you.
John.
And we will see you at Krapela.
Absolutely. Starting tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you, John.
Thank you.
And now we are set for a commercial break here on the C Morning Show, but stay with us because after the break, we'll be back with the top stories here. on See Today.